Hello! Welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. Let me do that real quick. No one knows what I did. But I'm standing up again. Let me adjust my tie. Okay, so once again, there's only 10 people that listen, so I don't give a rat's ass. I love giving my K-pop facts. That's right, they're facts. Everyone does these K-pop opinion vids. I'm not doing. I don't do opinions. I just give facts. There's just a few things currently in the world of K-pop that are bothering me, and I mean bothering meaning like I can talk about it, but I'm not losing sleep over it. But I just want to say I like this group a lot. Mamamoo, I think they're a great group. Very, very. I mean, I don't own any of their. I don't have any of their comebacks though. So technically, I mean I like them. I don't love them because if I loved them, I would have already bought an album. But like there's how many CDs are on comebacks and whatever. I don't know, man. I own over 70 like physical CDs of different K-pop artists. Okay, so like I obviously like K-pop, but okay, so like in K-pop, the groups have positions usually. Just in case someone who's listening who doesn't know, and just because I'm using this group because they have I'm gonna use this group because they have 5 members and I like them. And I just did the last group I listened to. I'm just gonna use ITZY. There's 5 members in the group. Like in K-pop they have positions. There's like a leader of the group. So like in ITZY there's Yeji. I can't talk. Yeji. I'm not gonna say names. I have trouble talking for some reason. But anyway, these groups have positions. So like, there's the leader of the group. Kind of like if they're like at an award show, this person will like do most of the speaking. Like the leader is usually the person that speaks the best English. Usually, or the oldest. But it's usually the person who speaks English, just because they're gonna do the most talking. But and then there's the visual. Obviously the best looking one. It's supposedly the person where if maybe you don't like the group, maybe you just like the fact that there's a really attractive member and this member happens to be the best looking member of the group, so it's his or her job to be good looking, which is actually a skill. I think you have to maintain yourself. I'm assuming and I don't know everything, but I'm under the impression that the average K-pop idol artist just trains all day to be physically fit. So the visual just does a little extra, but Mamamoo, they don't have a visual, and it's I just had to say they're a very average looking group, and it bothers me, and that's why I don't really like them. So once again, the term or the phrase "a group is only as popular as its visual," I think that rings true for Mamamoo, because Mamamoo is a girl crush group, and they're a girl crush group because they don't have a visual. Like if they had a visual, they'd get some guys into them too, and they'd be a lot more popular. But it's and once again, the average person. I think the average person is like above average looking. I'm gonna give that to the average person. But if I saw the 4 members of Mamamoo in a bar and I obviously they're just like regular citizens and not they're just like regular people and they were at a bar, I wouldn't hit on any of those chicks. I'm being sober thinking. Now, if I was drunk, okay, maybe. But just being sober, like right now, like no, I wouldn't hit on I might hit on Moon Byul, but just because she looks like she's into weird stuff and funny. I know she looks funny. Seriously, like the company told Moon Byul not to smile. So do you think she's good looking to the average Korean? Because the standards of beauty are different, like of across this planet for some reason. The company told the lead rapper of Mamamoo not to smile because of the way she looks. Doesn't that say something? Yeah. So there's a reason why they're not as popular as they should be, because they've been around for like. I'll say I'm going to be off on this, and I'm not going to cheat and look it up. I thought they've been around for 5 years. I could be wrong. Sorry if I'm wrong. Don't attack me. I will do a correction later if I'm wrong. But they really need a visual, especially the girl groups, right? I know this sounds sexist, but the world is sexist. A guy group I understand. Because, like, men aren't really judged as much on their looks as women. And that's just how it is. Men and women are different. Mamamoo, get a visual. It's not too late. You can always add another member to a group. Okay? It's happened before, have it again. Okay. And then, speaking of the no positions, I said that when I first started talking. Blackpink and TXT are positionless groups. I don't like that either. That's gotta change. And I know, like, Blackpink, they got 4 visuals. So I understand why Blackpink maybe doesn't have a visual position. But, like, every other K-pop group has positions. And it's like, don't you want to fit in? Because it's like, there's a reason why these groups are popular. Like, oh, I like the leader of this group. And then you can compare it to another group. Or I like the visual of this group, compare it to another group. Like, you're like, I like this group because it has the best visual. I like this group because it has the best lead dancer. I like this group because it has the best... having a position in these groups gives the fans something to root for. That's... The whole point is to get more fans. Once again, money. Why are you messing with the money? What makes money? Positions. Because you can sell those points of the group. So I think TXT and Blackpink need to, like, stop with the BS. Like, in Blackpink, like, I mean, a lot of people say, I've heard more people say that Jisoo's I say her name different every time I say her name. Jisoo is the visual. You know? So... If that's what the majority of people say, I would just make her the visual. Because at least to me, she's the best looking one. I mean, they're all gorgeous. But I mean, if you have to have a visual based on the Korean standards of beauty, Jisoo is the visual. Based on the Korean standards of beauty. Okay? Now, personal taste, you probably pick someone different. But just based on the Korean standards of beauty, it's Jisoo. So just have her be it. Now, DXC, I don't know who would be the visual. Because and it's not because I can't say a guy's good looking or not good looking. I just don't know. I I'm have to paraphrase everything. I'm not being racist, but they all look the same. Like all 4 members of TXT look the same to me, even though they're different. I know, but they just look the same. So I don't know who would be the visual. But and I don't know who would be the leader either, because they kind of all seem to have the same presence. But they need to like pick one and just try to be like the other groups, because it's like. These other groups, I mean, like, why are we messing with a formula that's proven to work? So just get some damn positions already, you know? I don't understand that. And then another thing I want to talk about is the size of groups. You know, you could be a solo artist, you could be a, duo, triple, whatever, quad, squad, Okay, I'm not gonna go with Quinn and blah blah. Okay, but 5-member group. There's groups that got 13. I think doesn't like NCT have like a infinite number of members? Because there's like so many different groups in NCT. There's like NCT 127, whatever. But but like my favorite number, I think the sweet spot for number of members in a group, it's a big sweet spot, is between 5 and 9. I think that's the sweet spot. And the reason why it's that is because when it's 4, and then I'm going to talk about a group I just mentioned, like Blackpink, or I'll mention another group like, I can't say that group because they have less members because members quit. It's different. We're just going to stick with Blackpink because they're popular and everyone knows who they are. They have 4 members, and if you look at or you remember Red Velvet back when they had 4 members? Okay, so let's use Red Velvet and Blackpink when they had 4 members. The choreography isn't as good with 4 members. Okay? Now I'm not saying they're not good dancers. Like Red Velvet, I think, is extremely good at dancing. Great choreographer. But it's like when they had 4, it just wasn't as good with 5, because there's like when you have 5, you can do a little more movement and a little more. I don't know what they call it. I'm not a dancer, but I'm going to use a basketball term. Like when they switch, like when someone's like the center, and then like someone kind of like walks around the back. of everyone else dancing, and then walks up to the front to take the lead position. Like when it's 4 and that happens, it just doesn't look right. When it's at least 5, it does look right because that person who's making the switch is kind of hiding behind the other members moving, and so it's kind of, I know it's not, you're watching off, but it's like, oh, it's a surprise they like switch. It's like, and so the more members, it seems like it looks, you could do more visually stimulating things in the choreography. Another reason why I think 5 to 9 is like a sweet spot, because like the subgroups, it's like, what's the point of having a subgroup if there's just like 4 members? Like, even Red Velvet recently did a subgroup, but they only did that because Wendy was hurt. They wouldn't have done that if Wendy was hurt, because it was just like 2 of them, and Wendy and Sobe, it wasn't good. It was just the 2 of them. It just wasn't good. Like the whole time you're going, well, like now you really understand that Joy is like, whoa, like you really miss Joy. Because Joy, well, first of all, Joy's gorgeous. Like, Joy's better looking than Irene. And Joy's got a body. Like, Joy's a woman. Okay? Compared to Irene, Slogan, and Yuri, Joy's a woman. Like, that's a... Man, I wish every woman looked like Joy. Jesus. Like, if you're gonna be superficial and like rank Joy on her looks, in all the whatever categories that the average guy does, she's like 8, 8s and 9s in those. I mean, quote unquote, you can't be perfect, but anyway, she's like a knockout. Okay, that's a girl I'm hitting on if I see her like in any situation. She's gorgeous. But God, I got on a Joy thing, but seriously, Joy's fucking hot. But anyway, but the sweet spot of like imagine like a 9-member group, and then they have like a subgroup. So whatever, like 4 members make a subgroup, they split off. But hey, there's 5 left. That could be a subgroup too. So like if you have like 9 members, technically you could have 2 subgroups. So you get like 3 groups in your little K-pop group, and then like you already know someone's gonna be like a solo artist too. So there's just a lot more content for that group if you have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 members. Now, it does get to a point where I think there's too many members. Like, I hate 13. And not because it's the unlucky number 13. It's just like, some members just get lost. And like, when there's 13, or just like over 9, some of the members are just there because, that person just must be a good dancer. Because like, the line distribution gets really iffy. Like, it's hard enough with 9 to have good line distribution. Some groups do it better than others. I think Girls' Generation did it the best with the line distribution because like Yuri can't sing, so obviously she's not getting any lines. But like it was really done right, I think. Yeah, so like it's just the sweet stuff. But then like some people can just say it's an opinion, but we're gonna have to base it on album sales too. Like look at the groups who do the best. It is that sweet spot. So that's saying something. Like, who are the most popular groups right now? The 5-member groups. Like the hot groups? It's the 5 to 9. I apologize. I didn't, because everyone's like, but my group has 7 members. Exactly. Like BTS has 7 members. What if BTS had 13 members? You would not like them. The line distribution would be all fucked up. No one would get enough time. So, like, you wouldn't... I'm sure... The average woman can't get enough of V. I don't know how many women I have talked to. V. So, what if there's 13 members? He probably wouldn't be as popular. So, like, that 5 to 9 spot seems to be the best, like, the sweet spot for the number of members in a K-pop group. But, yeah, those are all the topics I had to cover today. So I hope you enjoy these unpopular K-pop facts. And yes, they're K-pop facts because I am not using my emotions. I am just using logic here, folks. Based on sales, based on stats. You know what I'm saying? All right, you have a good one. Peace.